From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. There's green on my socks. I promise I just can't wear green or I'd be invisible in front of the green screen. All right, we do have small shower chances for the St. Patrick's Day. High temperatures getting up into the 70s for today through Friday. And towards the end of the week, we're still concerned about that potential for minor flooding along the Natchez River. That would be from 5 p.m. on Friday to 11 a.m. on Sunday. So for now, we'll hone in on those small shower chances that we'll see for today. Now, it's going to be a lot more than just small shower chances up in the Cascades. Steady rainfall all throughout the day, but some of this could slide over to the east of there, and that could bring us some very low-end chances for the Tri-Cities. I'm thinking our best chances are going to be before lunchtime. Look at the chance, just a 10% chance. So a mostly dry day for today. I think the big story really is going to be those temperatures. Look, as for lower elevations, we're going to end up in the 50s, but mostly 60s and 70s. I'm going with forecast of exactly 70 degrees here in the Tri-Cities, and we'll have a lot more to say about the temperatures that get even warmer over the next few days. So all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead, a chilling discovery along the Columbia River as authorities are left investigating after a body was found near the Port of Pasco. This morning, we'll see what officials are doing now to identify the man and uncover how he ended up in the water. Plus, workers are heading back on the job at Yakima Memorial Hospital after a 2-month strike over benefits, how the walkout ended, and what it means for patients and the next steps as contract talks continue. And city leaders are turning the page on 2025, looking towards big projects in 2026. From new technology for first responders to critical upgrades at City Hall. What's next for the city of Kennewick and why these plans matter to the people that live there. Everything you need to know and more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Jade Elliott, and this morning we start in Franklin County, where the sheriff's office is now investigating a body that was found in the Columbia River just yesterday morning near an industrial dock just south of the Port of Pasco. Franklin County Sheriff's Office and Pasco Police responded to the area just after 11 o'clock yesterday morning after a fisherman on the shore reported seeing a body in the water. Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond saying officials recovered the body. Investigators still working to confirm the man's identity and determine just how he ended up in the river, including whether he entered the water when he was alive or if he was already dead.
When you see, a body floating like that, you want to report it right away so that we can recover the body and then conduct an investigation to see what's taking place. From there, basically work a timeline alongside the coroner's office to determine one, what the cause of death is, and about when that occurred.
Now, the Franklin County coroner telling Apple Valley News Now that an autopsy is being scheduled. The coroner believes that the body may have been in the water for a few days. Of course, this is a developing story that we're following closely. Be sure to stay with us here on air and online for the latest updates. 5:03 and a follow-up this morning out of Yakima, where the technical workers at the Yakima Memorial Hospital are headed back to work after the hospital's parent company, MultiCare, says the 2-month-long strike is now over. MultiCare saying it got the word from the union on Sunday, wrapping up a conflict between the two sides over worker benefits. Move comes after the hospital says over half of the striking workers crossed the picket lines last week. MultiCare and union leaders still have to finish negotiating a new contract with their next bargaining session set for today. And in state news, communities in southeast Washington are recovering this morning after floods surged into several towns over the weekend. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz breaks down why the area is experiencing the flooding and how it is impacting people living in the area.
I was sleeping, so it must have happened in the middle of the night. I was wondering what was going on. Then I heard like swooshing outside. Then I looked outside, I saw all this water.
In Dayton, the largest city in Columbia County, residents say that over the weekend, streets like the one that I'm standing on right now were covered in water.
I thought it was rain at first. It covered the first step on my porch.
That step is about a foot high, and Lucas says that it took hours before the floodwaters started to recede. Dayton and other towns like Waitsburg that are built off of the Touchy River were particularly hit hard by the flooding. leaving residents and local crews to shovel away at the mud and debris left behind.
Oh, I just started because someone already shoveled my sidewalk. I don't know who did. I'm just doing this side right here.
For sure. Yeah.
It's a pain.
So why did parts of Columbia and Walla Walla counties experience such high water levels? It all trickles down from the nearby Blue Mountains, where rainfall melting snow at high elevations combined with more rain in the foothills to overwhelm the local water system. And as a result, the Tucci and other nearby waterways started to overflow. Lucas has a message to other residents impacted by the flooding.
Just stay strong, that's it. You need to stay strong.
Cleanup crews are continuing to work on clearing streets in Dayton and beyond. Residents are asked to keep from driving when roads are blocked off. Reporting from Dayton, Caleb Sipkevitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And Apple Valley News Now did also reach out to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office to learn more about the county's efforts in cleanup, but have not yet heard back in regards to what they're doing. Well, 5:06 now, and drivers heading over the Cascades finally seeing a little relief after that powerful storm dumped feet of snow across Washington's mountain passes. Washington State Department of Transportation saying crews worked around the clock to reopen those major routes like I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass and US 2 at Stevens Pass. More than 40 inches of snow fell in just 2 days, forcing those closures, creating icy, slick, dangerous conditions across the Cascades. Even with the roads now open, WashDOT, of course, says drivers always need to be prepared.
For some reason, this type of weather instigates bad behavior. I know it's uncomfortable to be stuck in a snowstorm, but you really need to follow the laws and make it easier for us to do our jobs.
WashDOT is constantly working along the passes because, of course, as we all know, conditions can quickly change. And they're also recommending drivers check travel updates and past conditions and reports before they head out to the mountains. 5:06 and taking you to Kennewick this morning, where city leaders say several capital facilities projects are being discussed for 2026 as the city works to address infrastructure needs and community priorities. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with Kennewick officials about what the city is working on and what people living in it can expect.
The city of Kennewick is building off a busy 2025. City leaders say last year included a 19% drop in overall crime rates, an expansion of the school resource officer program into middle schools, and a leadership transition within the Kennewick Fire Department that created new promotional opportunities for staff. Now, officials say the focus is shifting towards 2026 priorities, including new capital projects and technology upgrades across the city. City Manager Aaron Erdman says the priorities were recently discussed during the City Council's annual retreat.
Just had our council retreat this last Saturday, so we kind of did the same thing. We kind of went through accomplishments of what we got done in 2025 and then what our objectives are moving forward to 2026, and then had them kind of help us prioritize on the capital side of things moving forward.
One of those priorities include adding new technology to assist first responders, including the introduction of drones that could help police and fire crews respond more quickly to emergencies.
Right in the midst, in the throes of kind of pulling that all together and unwinding it, we've got drones being placed on the rooftop of the police station and probably out at Fire Station 3, and just kind of trying to get all of that up and running.
City of Kennewick officials tell me that the city is currently looking at several major capital improvements for 2026. However, they say a big focus for this year is putting efforts into a new City Hall building, which they tell me that their current building is just not up to modern standards.
Did an RFP for City Hall. We started that process in late 2025. So we're taking a look at this existing facility to see what the feasibility is to renovate this for the long term, or what it looks like to build a new facility. And then we're also master planning the Civic Center campus, which is where this building sits now.
Erdman says the current City Hall building has several maintenance issues that need to be addressed soon, which is why the project has moved to the top of the city's capital priorities.
We've got a leaky roof and a few other things that are failing, so that's why we've made priority one the City Hall project, because we know we have to do something soon.
City leaders say ARPA funds used during the pandemic helped cover other capital projects, freeing up funding that could now help support improvements or a possible replacement for City Hall. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And city leaders do tell us they expect to have more details on the City Hall project and other capital priorities as planning continues through 2026. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Federal workers feeling the impact of the government shutdown now hitting closer to home. We're We're going to take you to Seattle after the break, show you how SeaTac is stepping up to support TSA officers and their families, and also how you can help donate food, supplies, and gift cards to help those who keep our airports running. We have those details coming up. And give you a live look outside, this one from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. A little breezy this morning as you step outside at 10 minutes after 5. Will the winds continue to pick up throughout the day? What can we expect? Well, Josh is going to let us know after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Welcome to KVH Orthopedics, now in our newly renovated space that's modern and welcoming, with appointments available when you need them. Our state-of-the-art facility and advanced technology provide expert diagnostic and surgical care. Our team is with you every step of the way, helping you get back to the life you love. Experience the next level of orthopedic care at KVH. Schedule your appointment today. Kittitas Valley Healthcare, your home for health.
How does it look so far?
Great.
Comfortable?
Yes.
Times and places all in who you share them with. Joy in
I got in.
who you share it with.
This is a great view, so
Who you share it with.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
Our experience was so positive. There was no pressure. It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee you when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun! A new head coach and a new attitude, but it's still the most exciting game in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh my!
Seattle Kraken Hockey.
That's hockey, baby!
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Why is Tom Brady coming to GMA this morning? You gotta watch Tom right here live. Then tomorrow, from the secret lives of Mormon wives to being the new Bachelorette, everyone has something to say about Taylor Frankie Paul. Now it's her turn on Good Morning America.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will be a little bit balmy out there for today. High temperatures getting up into the 70s. Now, for this morning, it feels excellent out there. It is 61 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities. It is 60 for Walla Walla. It's 43 for Yakima, 46 for Ellensburg. You saw we did have some breezes from the Skycam there this morning. I just checked the data. Gust only up around like 14, 15 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities right now. So it is a little breezy. Those gusts out of the south bringing in that warmer air from the south. So here are those hourly temperatures for this Tuesday for the Yakima Valley. Going to be around 50 by 10 a.m., closer to 60 by lunchtime, and then into the mid to upper 60s by the time we get to the warmest part of the day. So yeah, the Yakima and the Kittitas Valley is still going to be stuck in the 50s and 60s. Well, it's going to be 50s for the Kittitas Valley, 60s for the upper Yakima Valley, but for the lower Yakima Valley, right at 70. I'm going with highs right at 70 for the lower Columbia Basin as well. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping down. It looks like pretty much all of us either in the 30s, 40s, or 50s, but I'd say about 95% of us going to end up in the 40s. Those high temperatures going to slowly creep up to around 70 for the Yakima Valley, and in the lower Columbia Basin and the Tri-Cities will be closer to 75 for Thursday and Friday, but a stark drop off in temperatures from Friday to Saturday as we have a cold front that's going to pass, and that'll drop off our temperatures back down to more normal stuff, and those overnight lows going to drop down as well. I wanted to touch on this very quickly. High avalanche danger, not for today, but for tomorrow. You can find more about this online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We'll have a lot more to say about the river flooding coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:14 now. And looking to our airways, where travelers at SeaTac International Airport may not notice the strain, but TSA officers are feeling it daily. Staffing shortages and low pay have created some really tough conditions. Local organizations now stepping up, providing food, gift cards, and support for those keeping our skies safe. This morning, Christian Balderazis is in Seattle with the details.
From Philadelphia to Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, long lines stretch through airports across the country as security checkpoints struggle with staffing shortages. Here at SEA, the TSA lines aren't too bad, but for the TSA officers, the situation is just as dire.
It's taking a toll on us. We're probably not wanting to show it, but we're going to eventually.
Right above the line of travelers waiting to get through TSA.
This is shelf-stable cans, vegetables.
One man is dropping off food and a gas gift card at the airport's growing food pantry.
I thought I need to contribute because this is impossible. This is their third round with a government shutdown.
Last Friday, a local food bank handed out food to nearly 500 people right outside airport doors. Additionally, SeaTac has received $3,500 in cash and gift cards and counting. This is the airport's third time accepting donations.
Just imagine what it's like if you're still going to work and trying to support your family and you don't have those dollars that you normally would in a paycheck.
SeaTac is not the only airport stepping up. On social media, the Denver International Airport asked people to donate grocery and gas gift cards.
I would find a job. I will try to.
I would be mad, but I would be working because I know that I'm going to get my money.
The TSA says most of their officers work check to check, earning about $35,000 a year starting out. Meanwhile, pay for members of Congress starts at $174,000 a year.
They shouldn't be paid. I mean, those people in the government, because they should work for people, right?
Now, if you want to help SeaTac TSA, donations are being accepted at the Seattle Conference Center lobby above Security Checkpoint 3, and they're doing that weekdays from 8 to 4. You can also give online through Food Lifeline's dedicated federal worker donation page. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to break down your full First Alert forecast as we continue to make our way through the week on this St. Patrick's Day.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Calling all ladies. Thunder from Down Under is rolling into town. It's the Most Wanted 2026 tour. Saturday, May 9th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends Gift Shop. The heat is rising, so grab the squad for the ultimate girls' night out back. Thunder from Down Under, May 9th at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish. Don't miss the Thunder.
To see if you qualify for Hanford worker compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 509-735-5555. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 509-735-5555 for Hanford worker compensation. Smart Law, smart choice.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The Ford Bronco Sport goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Get a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend 4x4 starting at $28,800, plus a 2-year limited maintenance plan. Only at your local Ford dealer.
If you use opioids like fentanyl, you need to be ready for the possibility of an overdose. For starters, communicate. If you're using alone, ask someone you trust to check on you. Stay accessible. Be sure people can get to you if you need help. And start with a small dose, especially if it's been a while. The short version? Plan ahead. Stay safe. You're worth the effort. More tips at preventoverdosewah.org/safety tips.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Spring skiing at 2 Idaho ski areas. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There will be that potential for some minor flooding in the Natchez River a little bit later this week. So let's show you how we get there, okay? First of all, it starts with this river right here. This is a literal Pineapple Express. It's coming from the Hawaiian Islands, and it's bringing all of this moisture with it into the Pacific Northwest, streaming right into the Cascades of Washington. So what does that look like practically? Well, in First Alert radar, you're seeing all that moisture streaming right into the Cascades, and it's going to continue to fall as rainfall through Saturday. So let's go ahead and show you the next 48 hours with Futurecast satellite and radar. Now look, we could have some showers today to the east of the Cascades, but this is mostly going to be a Cascade-centric event. So all throughout the day, rainfall, and then as we put this into motion for Wednesday, you'll just see the same thing. We're dealing with the same boundary. We're dealing with the same atmospheric river. And then into Thursday morning, you guessed it, we're dealing with the exact same thing. So here are some of the rainfall totals we are anticipating from this morning through 5 p.m. on Saturday. Still thinking around 4.5 inches of rainfall for some portions of the Cascades that we serve in this television market. And it's not just rain. It's rain falling on top of existing snowpack, so that could lead to some rapid snowmelt. The river systems downstream of there could see some flooding. Now we're thinking most of the gauge is just going to get to the action stage, but we could get to that minor flooding stage for the Natchez River at Natchez from 5 p.m. on Friday to 11 a.m. on Sunday. This is per the National Weather Service Pendleton official river forecast. There will be minor flooding near Natchez, Ashbaugh Park, Painted Rock, and the north end of Yakima. These places were hit pretty hard back in December. And so here's how to prep for river flooding. No flood prone areas, monitor forecast, make an evacuation plan, gather supplies, and you can find all this information posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances today, highs in the 70s through Friday, then back down to earth this weekend. In Yakima, very comfortable highs through the end of the work week, then back down into the 50s by Saturday. In Ellensburg, highs hovering around 60 for the rest of this week until it'll feel much cooler by the weekend. For Hermiston, highs around 70 for today, almost hitting 75 by Thursday and Friday. And then finally for Walla Walla, mostly dry forecast with highs in the 60s and 70s through the work week, then about 15 degrees cooler from Friday to Saturday.
All right, 522, check it out. You may have noticed a little more green around today. You have it on your socks, right?
Even on my socks, it's sushi, but it's green nonetheless.
That is the most un-Irish pair of socks. So I should have brought you some socks.
I don't have sham socks, but
I should have brought you some sham socks.
That's all of the green tomfoolery is because it's St. Patrick's Day, celebrated every March 17th. And the holiday honors the patron saint of Ireland, and over the years, it has become a big celebration here in the United States.
And from parades and festivals to green rivers and even green beer, cities across the country join in.
And with more than 30 million Americans claiming Irish ancestry, it's no surprise the luck of the Irish is everywhere today.
And we all associate, of course, St. Patrick's Day with green, from the clothes to the food, even the rivers. But here's a fun fact. Green wasn't always the color of the holiday. Any guesses as to what it is?
I'd probably say orange.
That's what I said. And I don't think we're right.
So here's our question. Before green took over, what color was originally associated with St. Patrick's Day?
Ready? Drum roll, please. Was it gold? Was it blue?
Or maybe orange?
Yeah. It was blue.
Blue?
Blue.
What?
So you're right there on theme with the little blue in your tie and your blue suit.
I guess so. Totally accidental. But yeah, that's right. Traditionally, St. Patrick's Day was associated with blue. Green became the color later after Irish soldiers wore green uniforms during the Irish Rebellion during the 1700s.
And when Irish immigrants came to America, they kept wearing green to show their pride. So that is how green became the color that we see everywhere today, representing St. Patrick's Day.
How about that? The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah, I said orange too. That was my first guess this morning. And Kat, our producer, wouldn't tell me what it was because she wanted me to be surprised.
She found out just now.
I just found out, right. I didn't even look ahead.
Now that's good TV.
Yeah, it is. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, and more good TV. Straight ahead, we're going to talk about a mission to save Earth and an unlikely friendship in deep space. This morning, we're going to bring you a first look at Project Hail Mary and see why this sci-fi story is getting so much buzz. That sneak peek coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
This is the Tempur Active Breeze. It's designed to help sleepers with different climate needs rest comfortably all night. So no more fighting over the AC or the covers, because the Tempur Active Breeze Smart Bed delivers a sleep temperature range of up to 30 degrees and helps you and your partner get the personalized comfort you need for the deep, undisturbed rest you deserve.
And score a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, 72 months, no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Some mornings, I get a little extra help. Always. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
At Fred's Appliance, all Bosch appliances are on sale. Save up to $300 on select Bosch dishwashers. Swing by Fred's Appliance today. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
.527, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news this morning, 6 years ago, Ryan Gosling got his hands on an unpublished sci-fi novel. Now that book is a bestseller, and the film adaptation opens this weekend.
It's called Project Hail Mary, a high-stakes mission to save Earth. And as David Daniels shows us, it also comes with an unexpected friendship in space. Take a look.
I understand that you think I'm the right person for this mission. I understand the stakes.
Object approaching.
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct, including us.
Ryan Gosling and Sandra Hüller star in Project Hail Mary, based on the novel by The Martian author Andy Weir.
It felt like it had all of the makings to be one of those core memory movies that we grew up with, one of those sort of films that you remember where you were when you saw it.
It is so full of
surprises and twists and humanity, and we can learn so many things, and it has so many wonderful characters.
I'm gonna call you Rocky. We're here for the same reason. His son is dying too.
The Martian screenwriter Drew Goddard also tackled Project Hail Mary.
This book is just much more ambitious and difficult, both in terms of its spectacle, but also in terms of its internal characterization and emotional arcs. It's just a much more complicated story.
It felt like an impossible mission to make this movie because it's so complicated, it's so ambitious. You go to another galaxy, you make best friends with an alien, and you save the world. And it's not bad for a Friday night, but that's a tall order.
There are infinite possibilities for this to go wrong.
This ship wasn't built for this.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It reminds me of, like the benchmark for space movies is Interstellar at this point. So it's giving me big Interstellar vibes. But it, obviously looks different. The plot sounds a little bit different. So
Sure.
I'm interested in seeing
Yeah,
this one.
you a space movie kind of guy?
Yeah, I love The Martian, really like Interstellar, and I feel like I gotta add this one to the list.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Gosling, he's great too. And
Yeah, a lot of range. Couple
I was going to
summers
say, Ken
back.
can be an astronaut too.
That's what I was going to say.
Not just Barbie.
Astronaut Ken. There you go.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Richland is taking public safety to the next level. This morning, we're going to see how some new technology, real-time data, and drones could help police and fire crews respond even faster, and what it could mean for everyone in the community. We have those details coming up, but first, here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the new Apple headphones, the AirPods Max 2s, are said to be 1.5 times better at reducing noise than their predecessor. And the inclusion of an upgraded chip allows for several other features. Pre-orders start next week. They cost about $550. Samsung is ending sales of its Galaxy Z Trifold about 3 months after it first went on sale. The device sold out quickly every time a new batch was offered, but rising component costs mean it's not worth making anymore because the profit margin is so small. And finally, NVIDIA is doubling down on AI with the announcement of its latest upscaling technology. The company says its DLSS 5 infuses pixels with photoreal lighting. That means gaming characters will have much more detailed features, including hair and skin tone. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Battah. Have a great day.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, our financial advisors will be there to help guide you through, so you can move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it. Edward Jones.
Wow, salty nuts and sweet granola dipped in chocolatey stuff.
What? My nuts are dipped in dirt, Gerald. Dirt!
Nature Valley, we make nature delicious. Pronamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I am Jade Elliott. On this St. Patrick's Day, we want to send it over to the weather wall with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth. I got a joke for you. You ready?
Go ahead.
Did you hear about the leprechaun who took the bus home from the pub?
No, I haven't. What happened with him?
He had to return it the next day.
She has been doing this all morning long. It's been just like it's been a comedy set up here for the last 20 minutes.
Just can't stop once
I'm sure
they
there's
start.
going to be more where that came from.
You're welcome.
All right, here we go. Let's get into those big weather stories. For the St. Patrick's Day, there will be some small shower chances out there. High temperatures touching 70 today in the Tri-Cities. Could be closer to 75 towards the end of the week. We're still tracking that potential for minor flooding in the Natchez River later in the week. For now, let's hone in on the small shower chances that that we have in the forecast for today. First Alert Radar is showing you some light but pretty steady rainfall this morning up in the Cascades to the east of there. We're not seeing much for now, but just know there could be some little shower chances. I think the lower Columbia Basin stays mostly dry, slightly better chances of some rainfall for the Blue Foothills, mainly from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. But you see those are on the lower end of the scale. So in general for today, a mostly dry day, a mostly cloudy day. Look at those temperatures mostly getting up into the 60s and 70s, a little bit breezy out there. And like I already talked about, high temperatures trending even warmer as we get deeper into the week. I'll tell you just how warm coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. We begin this half hour of news with city leaders in Richland as they're saying that they're continuing to invest in new technology aimed at improving public safety across the community. One of those initiatives currently being explored is the creation of a real-time information center, which would allow emergency responders to access live data and coordinate responses more quickly during incidents. City officials are also looking at implementing drones as first responders, a technology that can help provide aerial views of emergencies and improve response times for police and fire crews. Leaders say that the goal is to use modern tools to better protect the people and visitors in the city while maintaining the overall quality of life.
And so utilizing technology where we can to continue to enhance the public safety of our residents and our visitors to continue to maintain a high quality of life is one area where we're focused.
Now, city leaders say that the effort is part of a broader strategy to modernize services and keep Richland a safe place to live and to work. 5:36, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Prosser Mustangs finally breaking through for their first win of the season. Coming up, how a late game surge, strong pitching, and a new focus on mental toughness helped turn this baseball team around on the field. We're going to talk sports after the break.
Spring skiing at 2 Idaho ski areas. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Got a high-profile murder on our hands. Former astronaut.
How do you kill someone with a pie? Our killer was a sprinter.
Let's see if we can track her down. Track her down.
You can do this all day?
I'll stop.
I think that's for the best.
It's the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row, and that means everything is on sale. Find amazing deals on sofas, dining groups, bedroom sets, and mattresses. Shop the comfort, the style, the selection, the savings during the wall-to-wall sale, only at Furniture Row.
Join us April 18th for the annual Run the River Marathon and Relay presented by Runner Soul. Half marathon, 5K, and kids marathon also available. Run the Columbia River through all 3 Tri-Cities. Enjoy a fast, well-supported course with big water views. Not racing? Volunteer and help power the course. Grab your crew and make memories. Spots are limited, so claim yours now and let's run the river together.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication
Now
shop.
through March 31st, receive rebates up to $495 with the purchase of qualifying Daikin and ductless equipment. At Bruce Heating and Air, we'll find the unit that works right in your space. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
At the Pacific Campus, our medical care for seniors is built with intention. We take time, we listen, we create personalized plans designed for strength, clarity, and longevity. And because your care is inside the PC, wellness isn't separate from your healthcare. It's part of it. Membership isn't required, but many choose it to stay active and connected. Call, text, or stop by. We're always here for you. Your fourth quarter matters. Let's play it strong.
Say no to middleman mattress markup malaise. And yes to factory direct savings at
Denver mattress. And during the March mattress sale, everything is on sale, like the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice plush and free shipping. Denver mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Got a high-profile murder on our hands. Former astronaut.
How do you kill someone with a pie? Our killer was a sprinter.
Let's see if we can track her down. Track her down.
You can do this all day?
I'll stop.
I think that's for the best.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be balmy for today. We're thinking we're going to touch 70 degrees here in the Tri-Cities. And look, we're not that far off from that already. We're already at 61 in the Tri-Cities, 60 for Walla Walla. I was kind of shocked when I walked out the front door for this morning. It feels fantastic already. Okay, it looks like by the time we get to lunchtime, going to be around 65. I'd say probably by lunchtime we'll be a little bit closer to 70, and then looks like we'll end up around 70 when it's all said and done for today. So we'll be stuck in the 50s in the Kittitas Valley, thinking mid to upper 60s for the upper Yakima Valley. The rest of us, the basin, the foothills, will likely be right around that 70-degree benchmark, and then for tonight, most of us dropping down into the 40s, and those high temperatures ascending up. We'll start to crawl a little bit closer to 75 by the time we get to Thursday and Friday of this week. That is that is precisely 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but we will have a cold front that's going to pass as we head into this weekend, and there's going to be a noticeable downswing in temperatures. We'll be back around 60 degrees for the highs, and those overnight lows also going to surge up, but then dropping back down as we head into the weekend. And with these warmer temperatures, that means pollen counts are in the medium to high range, with those top allergens being juniper, elm, and alder. So if that applies to you, of course, have the allergy meds on standby. As we head later into the week, there will be the potential for some more river flooding to come back. We'll talk about why that's the case coming up in a few minutes.
At 41, talking sports now this morning as Prosser's high school baseball team picked up their first win of the season against Sageview. And this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable tells us how the mental side of athletics helped Prosser with their win.
In between pitches, there's a lot of time for players to think during a baseball game. Sometimes that can be helpful, other times not so much. At the end of the third inning, Prosser trailed Sageview by 2 runs, but were able to quickly change that.
So we started a little slow, but never lost trust in the guys. Kind of woke them up there. A couple, I think it was 3, 1, and 4, right there in the middle of the innings. Played solid defense behind them and trusted their hands at the plate. So.
On the mound for the Mustangs was junior Justin Perkins, who pitched all 7 innings in an 8-3 victory.
He was out there and just had the confidence to throw everything he had, his curveball, his fastball. I even think he threw a couple knuckleballs in there. So, yeah, it was nice to see some confidence up there with him.
Despite the praise from his coach and the win, Perkins was still critical of his own performance.
I hit a couple guys I just didn't need to hit. That's kind of why they scored. I just had a couple errors, and I think I did overall pretty well. I could do better, though.
The mental side of the game is something the team tries to focus on. Perkins, along with another teammate, implemented a new way for the team to stay sharp, writing down quotes and going over them on the bus ride home.
Stay hot with the bats, work out the mental errors, and if you make one, don't bring it into the dugout. That's a big thing we've been working on. And we've been doing some journaling, so that's been well. We're writing pretty good things down, and we're just focusing on positivity mainly.
Part of what the coaching staff preaches is, believe it, do it. And Prosser did just that to pick up their first win of the season. In Pasco, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And Prosser plays their next game on Friday against Sunnyside, and Sageview will play again today, this time against Ephrata. For the new Sageview High School, that was the very first baseball game in their school history. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live look outside. This one from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full First Alert forecast.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $1,250 members-only incentive.
New Nissan?
Hi, Craig.
Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
He can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get 0% APR for 60 months when financed through INMAC, or get $3,500 to $6,000 total savings on select models.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming at Custer's 27th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Shop from over 150 Northwest artisans featuring fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this popular show a must-see event. Gather your friends for a weekend of creative fun and join us in celebrating and supporting local and regional artists and crafters. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
Spring skiing with awesome views. Fly the Northwest tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There will be the potential for some minor flooding of the Natchez River later in the week. Let's show you how we get there. First, we start off with this river, this atmospheric river that is starting from Hawaii. So whenever that happens, that's when you would classify this as a Pineapple Express, getting all that tropical moisture streaming into the Pacific Northwest, right into the Washington Cascades. So what that looks like for this morning would be steady light rainfall up in the Cascades to the east of there. Not seeing much for now. Can't rule out some showers a little bit later in the day, but I'm thinking to the east of the Cascades, specifically for lower elevations, it should end up being a pretty dry day. But plenty of rain right into the Cascades throughout today. And as we put this into motion for tomorrow, looks like we'll just be dealing with the exact same thing. And this is going to continue as we head into Thursday morning as well. And then if this played out throughout the rest of the day on Thursday, into Friday, into the first half of the day on Saturday, it would look pretty much exactly the same. So here are some of the rainfall totals we're anticipating from this morning through 5 p.m. on Saturday evening. Some portions of the Cascades, at least within our area, could get up around 4.5 inches of rain, which already would pose a little bit of a flooding risk. But then you add on top of that this is falling on top of existing fresh snowpack. So we could see some rapid snow melt. The watersheds downstream of there could get tested for sure. But for now, we're just going with minor flood stage for the Natchez River at Natchez from 5 p.m. on Friday to 11 a.m. on Sunday. So per the National Weather Service Pendleton Official River Forecast, there will be minor flooding near Natchez, Ashbaugh Park, and Painted Rock and the north end of Yakima, the areas that were hit pretty hard back in December. Here's what to do, how to prep for river flooding, know flood-prone areas, monitor forecasts, make an evacuation plan, and gather supplies. All these tips and tricks posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances today, highs in the 70s through Friday, and then back down to earth this weekend. In Yakima, very comfortable highs through the end of the work week, then back down into the 50s by Saturday. In Ellensburg, highs hovering around 70 for the rest of this week until it'll feel much cooler by the weekend. For Hermiston, highs around 70 today, almost hitting 75 by Thursday and Friday. And finally, for Walla Walla, mostly dry forecast with highs in the 60s and 70s through the work week, then about 15 degrees cooler from Friday to Saturday.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:49, time for your morning sprint, starting with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A body was recovered yesterday morning from the Columbia River near an industrial dock just south of the Port of Pasco. Officials say a fisherman spotted the body around 11 a.m., prompting both Pasco Police and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office to respond. Authorities are now working to confirm the man's identity and to determine just how he ended up in the river and how long he had been there. Also trying to figure out if he was alive when he went into the water or if he had already passed. An autopsy is scheduled. Investigators believe the body may have been in the water for several days. The investigation is ongoing as officials try to piece together exactly what happened. And technical workers at Yakima Memorial Hospital are returning to work after a 2-month strike over benefits. Multicare says the union notified them Sunday that the walkout was over. Strike has affected operations through more than half of the employees crossing picket lines in the recent days. While the walkout has ended, hospital and union leaders will continue negotiating that new contract with the bargaining session scheduled for Tuesday today. Patients and staff are returning to normal operations as discussions continue behind the scenes. And floodwaters from the Blue Mountains swept through parts of Columbia and Walla Walla counties over the weekend, leaving streets submerged and yards covered in debris. People living in Dayton reported water up to a foot high on their porches. Cleanup crews working to clear the mud and the debris. Nearby towns, including Waitsburg, also impacted by this. The flooding was caused by heavy rainfall combined with snow melt in the mountains, which overwhelmed those local rivers and drainage systems. Officials are continuing to advise people living in that area to avoid blocked roads while crews continue to work on that cleanup. And drivers are finally seeing some relief after that powerful storm dumped over 40 inches of snow across Washington's mountain passes. Storm forcing closures on I-90 at Snoqualmie Pass and Highway 2 at Stevens Pass. There was icy, dangerous conditions for travelers. Crews working around the clock to reopen those roadways. Washington State Department of Transportation always reminding drivers to be cautious. Conditions, of course, can change quickly. Travelers always advised to check road and pass conditions before they head out the door. And Kennewick City leaders are shifting focus to 2026 priorities after they had a busy 2025, which saw a 19% drop in crime, expanded school resource officer programs, and fire department leadership transitions. City Council recently reviewing capital projects, including upgrades for first responders, like drones for faster emergency response. Another top priority is addressing City Hall, which has maintenance issues like a leaky roof. Officials are also exploring some renovation and replacement options. Funding freed by prior ARPA projects may help cover these upgrades, keeping city services and infrastructure on track for the year ahead. 5:52, and taking a look at news from around the world this morning. Israeli officials say that their forces carried out overnight strikes in Tehran, targeting top members of Iran's leadership. Among those killed was a senior figure who became a key decision maker after the start of the war. The strikes also hit missile production facilities and other strategic sites. Israel's defense minister saying the military will continue targeting Iran's top leadership as part of efforts to weaken the regime and its military capabilities. In your business headlines this morning, 300 TSA agents have quit their jobs as the Homeland Security shutdown stretches into its 4th week. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy making the announcement over the weekend. He also said that the number of TSA agent call-outs have doubled from what they were before the shutdown. Duffy said the agents have already missed a partial payment and a full payment, saying that the employees are those who, quote, don't make a lot of money. Duffy blamed the funding stalemate on political gridlock in Washington. Funding for DHS lapsed in mid-February during a political standoff between Democrats and Republicans over federal immigration enforcement. More business news. New stamps honoring Lowrider car culture. They're rolling into your local post office. The new Forever stamp depicts and celebrates lowrider automobiles, which are rooted in Mexican-American and Chicano communities. Now across the Southwest, USPS rather, the chief postal inspector calling the lowrider a rolling canvas of art. The stamps include photographs of a number of dazzling lowrider Chevrolets and Oldsmobile models. The stamps are also a tad wider than normal to show off as much detail as possible. They're available now nationwide and online. 5:53 in your health headlines. A new study finds at least one thing AI isn't very good at, and that is diet advice, especially for teens. The study looked at the type of meal plans chatbots are giving young people who are asking to lose weight. Well, researchers found that the AI-generated tips resulted in 700 fewer calories per day than dietitians recommend. Chatbots also recommended meal plans with too few calories and carbs and too much protein and fat. Inadequate nutrition can be especially dangerous to teens since they are still growing. In your sports headlines this morning, the men's NCAA tournament bracket is set, kicking off the start of March Madness. Duke is the tournament's top overall seed, but the Blue Devils could face a challenge on the road in a region that includes several prominent coaches. Selection committee also including Miami of Ohio, sending the Redhawks to a first 4 game in Dayton after a 31-win season. Meanwhile, Oklahoma and Auburn were the first teams left out of the field. And so it is that time. March Madness brackets for the 2026 women's NCAA basketball tournament are officially out. Out of the 68 teams, UConn got the #1 overall seed with a perfect 34-0 record. UCLA, South Carolina, and Texas also #1 seeds. Women's tournament tips off Wednesday. That is tomorrow with the first 4, and the first round begins Friday. You're a big March Madness fan, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and my Auburn Tigers were left out, but they deserve to get left out. So I was okay with it.
The reality is set in.
Yeah.
Do you do a bracket and all the things?
I do. I haven't filled out a bracket yet, but one will be filled out by the end of the week.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, same. All right, trending this morning. If you may find yourself driving in Chesterfield, Virginia, don't be surprised to be stopped by a very famous local. Take a look. It's Gary the Turkey. Hey, bud. He's been wandering the roads, strutting through traffic, even climbing onto a traffic light post, earning him a big fan following online.
A social media page dedicated to Gary has gained thousands of followers, including some from as far away as Denmark.
Oh my gosh.
Local businesses say his fame has even brought in extra customers.
Gary's antics continue to bring laughs and a little chaos to the neighborhood every day. Gary, that silly goose.
He said Thanksgiving was like a few months ago. No one's really thinking about it. It's not on anyone's radar.
He's going rogue.
This is my time to shine.
Yeah, exactly. Good for you, Gary.
Good for Gary.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in your 6 o'clock hour, Richland is taking public safety to the next level as city leaders are exploring some new technology to help first responders act faster. From drones providing aerial views to a real-time information center that could put critical data right at their fingertips. Coming up, we're going to show you how these tools could change the way emergencies are handled and what it means for the people living there and their safety. Plus, she wandered in as a stranger, but oh goodness, another bird story. And now she's ruling the roost. This is a chicken in a small Minnesota town taking over a public works garage and capturing the hearts of the entire crew. We're going to meet Noodles in the 6 o'clock hour. Oh, and giving you that live look outside, this one from our Bimart camera in Yakima. What can we expect on this St. Patrick's Day?
We can expect very warm temperatures. It's like 60 degrees already in the Tri-Cities.
I love that so much.
Unbelievable. Later today around 70, and then later in the week, maybe some more river flooding. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.